Hi, I'm Christopher John Farley, a senior editor with the Wall Street Journal. I'm here with Jennifer Morrison, one of the stars of Once Upon a Time. Thanks a lot for joining us at the Wall Street Journal.
Happy to be here.
Okay, you play Emma Swan on the show. She used to be a heroine, but this season, she's undergone this shift. There's been this plot twist, and now you're the Dark One.
Yes.
So, is it more fun playing a villain?
I have to say I am really enjoying playing a villain, and I don't know if it's so much because she's villainous or just because it's such a big change and there's so many new things to play with the character and explore. But yeah, it's been really fun.
Now, of course, you've got a slightly different costume, changing the makeup, changing the hair. But as an actress, is there anything you're doing on the inside to sort of radiate a different kind of presence for that character?
Her villainy is coming from the place that she's constantly dealing with the darkest parts of herself being exaggerated. So, you know, we all have a dark thought, or we all think, like, oh God, this is terrible, or whatever, from moment to moment. That's exponentially exaggerated in every given moment for her. And so I've tried to build her from a place of really exploiting her loneliness and exploiting the revenges that she's never taken, and exploiting the needs she's never allowed herself to have, and then going about getting those things or demanding those things in a way that is selfish. And so it's a little different, you know.
So she's not going to recycle, basically, right?
She doesn't care about the environment. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what she does with her bottles and cans, but yeah, she's definitely not. She's not putting others first anymore.
Now, I know fans want to know what happens with Hook. I mean, now you've had the shift in your character. She had this romance with Hook, you know, on the show. Is he just going to be gone now? Is he?
No, absolutely not.
You're a villain.
No.
You need someone with a little more edge to them.
No, I mean, Hook was once a villain. He spent hundreds of years being villainous, so he definitely has experience with that. Yeah, he's overcome it. He's overcome it.
Okay.
But just because she's the Dark One doesn't mean she doesn't love him anymore. I think just in this week's episode, I say something like, you know, just because I'm the Dark One doesn't mean we can't still be together. And she feels that way. And we're going to start to see that a lot of her selfishness and a lot of the things that she does, she is actually doing because of her love for Hook. It's not going to all start to line up and make sense right away. We'll see that slowly over time. But she definitely completely is devoted to her love to him, and that doesn't change because of her darkness. It's just her tactics change.
Now, my 10-year-old daughter, who's also named Emma, watches the show, and one of her observations, which I thought was a really good one, is the fact that, you know, she doesn't really like Snow White and some of those early Disney movies because she feels like the women aren't strong enough. They're waiting for a princess to save them. But on your show, the women seem to be much more active. And do you think that's the case? And something you think about and the scriptwriters think about in terms of when they're crafting the plot line for your characters?
Yeah, I think they're very aware of that. I think that I think it's a great sign that your daughter feels that way. I think that's a good thing for the future, that she's thinking that way at 10 years old, and even noticing something like that. Yeah, I think what the showrunners really want to do, which I think they're doing a great job of, is showing that both women and men can both be strong and vulnerable, that it's about the full package, and it's not about, you know, you have to always be tough or always be a villain or always be a good guy. There's so many gray zones in there between all those different elements. And so I think it's really wonderful. I feel really honored that I get to play such a strong female character on television. But then I also love that they show the softer side to her as well, because I do consider myself a strong woman in real life, but I also get hurt and upset and have things that I'm vulnerable over as well, and I like the three-dimensionality of that, and so I think that they're doing a nice job of keeping all of that in consideration.
Well, thanks a lot for coming to the Wall Street Journal. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, my pleasure.